of armor. G2 starting on the CT side. So that does suggest something a little bit more aggressive. You can see 3 players going towards Ivy right now as well. Scream towards Popdog by himself. He's going to Smiths and RPK going for these first kills, but like we said, Navi always so ready for this aggression. They're going to hear the footsteps as well. Smiths in a world of trouble right now. Isn't going to be able to fall back just yet and going for the challenge right now.
Well, it's working out. Flamey takes down Smiths to start it. RPK gets a little bit of aggression out toward Long, but he falls away. Stays in the alley, interestingly enough, on 15 HP. Not necessarily advised. Does manage to pick up Seized in doing so, but leaves himself without much of an escape plan, and therefore goes down. Now, importantly, they've dropped the bomb back toward T-spawn. Means they've got to go recover it, but they can't necessarily, as the CT side, go out and try and hold it off either. So easily grabbed back, but it bought some time in the round, if you will. Indeed.
Well, still a 3-on-3 for now. Shock's very low HP. He'll be just below having their body by himself towards the inside site. Having a look at what's left for Navi. No grenade, just a decoy. We'll see what the next move is here as Flamey does make his way towards the end of Saladari. Actually pretty separated so far for a terrorist side. They're going to see what Flamey can do here by himself. Has got himself towards backtrack, so if he can get there while his teammates take a bit of a distraction here, this could be very deadly indeed. Let's see whether it works out for them. Scream has no idea what's going on right now. He's just holding the bomb site, but he does spot Flamey. That's the bait and switch we were waiting for.
Well, didn't work out now, did it? For G2, as they've got to sit and try and watch from a distance as the bomb goes down. Body will be the first to fight because Shox is on low HP. He's on 2. He has to hit that kill. That's the one thing he could have done waiting in that position. They weren't expecting it. He does get Edward down in the end, but now they know he's there. Body in this, not able to do much as he comes through Z late. Flamey gonna wrap around, find him. Assassination. And the 2 HP for poor old Shox is just to his detriment because it's now 1-0 for Navi. Bomb down. Inconsequential, but it definitely secured the round as they had to go aggressive, G2.
Yeah, we saw those equal exchanges of stuff around the aggressive push from G2 towards Ivy. It comes down to the 3-on-3. It's that key play from Flamey, though. You saw him get towards the backtrack area and actually get the distraction as well. He was going to be the snake in the grass at that point, but he gets spotted first, but it still works out to the same effect. His teammates do capitalize as soon as he takes the attention. They take down Scream on the bomb site, and then from that point, not really much Stocks could do with 2 HP in that tower. But it's going to be the force buy from G2 going to round number 2. Obviously, Smiths, like we said, this time doesn't force buy like he done Dust 2, so he will have the opportunity of the AWP regardless on the 3rd round. That was a problem for them before. We'll see how it works out this round as we go into Desert Eagles 5-7s. Rifles across the board for Navi, not a single SMG, which makes sense on training. Very long-range map if you play it in the sort of style Navi do. Very slow, methodical, working the picks and slowly gaining real estate. They don't go for the rushes here. They're going to try and work the first pick. Edward gets himself into Popdog. Does get flashed by a teammate, but it's not too bad so far as Guardian has got 2 Ewoks.
Box he may get to, but how much more can he get from that position? He finds Shox to start it off as RPK back from Ivy is starting to work into Hell, get this pistol a little bit closer as he knows now there's no one coming in from his obligated position, but it is Guardian instead that's wrapped through the bomb site and will find him at the hitch. Just as quickly as that, he'll end the round finding Scream. So G2 go down 2 early on. Everyone stays alive, all 5. So not going for the SMGs, which we often talk about in round number 2, trying to build up some cash, potentially go toward a bonus round, but sticking with all rifles. It's important that all 5 stay alive in that sense, because now they can start to build up the economy. And Flamey, he's certainly done so. 4150 for him, still with an AK in hand. 4 kills, that's why he's got that much money.
Indeed, and it's going to be the full eco here for G2. Just a P250 purchase, that's in the hands of Shock. So this is one of those redundant rounds where now they're just trying to keep all 5 players alive, and G2 options are pretty limited. And that smoke, has that got all the way towards inside side? That's really cool. We don't really see that used too often. That's from T-spawn, and that's all the way and connected and inside. That's pretty tactical, and one we actually saw in Source, especially, that was used all the time. We don't really see it often in CSGO, so it's really cool to see that coming back in.
And the cool thing about it is, no one really plays in that position commonly, so it's hard to read early on, but it does indicate it's usually going to be a B rush. It's designed to cut off the rotations.
People assume that's being thrown from the upper platforms inside, right? So if you can throw it from T-spawn just when you do an outside execution, that's a really sick way to do it. So watch out for that, and we'll see. I'm sure they'll use that most of their defaults. If you use that every single round, it's very difficult for them to read exactly what you're doing. So we go into round number 4 now. Obviously, like I said, there wasn't really much point commentating that last round. It was going to be redundant. It will be Navi picking up the 3-0 here. We go to that first gun round. And actually, I've got the double AWP set up here. It's a bit of a high-risk one. Shock's glass cannon. But on training, it's not such a huge deal. Like I said, it's a massively long-range map. It's very difficult for the names to actually get near you, or for AKs to have the full body spray down. They're going to have to head for headshots. We're going to try and take you down. And it looks like a faster round potentially for Navi. They do throw a lot of grenades towards outside. Screams up close with the M4. Coming towards main entrance here, but Guardian is going to be smoked out from Popdog there. So it's another slow default coming in from Navi. It looked like they were setting up something fast, but they have got control of the upper platforms now in towards inside. That'll be simple He's still got the Galil in hand. Oh, no, he doesn't. It's seized. He's got an AK-47. My mistake.
Yeah.
What a big mistake it was.
I'll let it go.
We'll call that one strike. I can
I'm
3
used
and
to
I'm done.
making mistakes.
Yeah.
Smith's unable to hit the shot top ticket booth. Immediately after Flamey goes in and gets missed, he runs back away to the safety of his teammates out at long. Didn't grab the bomb on the way though, though, did you, Flamey? Is that, okay, when I saw him jump awkwardly, I thought, is that unrecoverable under that box? Like, is this a new spot? But RPK, aggressive, unfortunately, overextends slightly to get the second kill as Seized was there, spotted his shoulder. Shocks, meanwhile, though, did get him back, and it brings it to a man advantage for G2 as we hit the 40-second mark. And we know NAVi likes to play long games in terms of baiting out time and utility from the CT and therefore executing late. But this time down a man. How do they try and do so? Well, it's with Simple over on the B side, already in upper, trying to find a pick, and he distracts long enough that Edward can lurk in. Well done, 1-2 punch in the teamwork of NAVi, and Body gets isolated. Simple finds that kill. B, easily the destination target at this point in time, but is the ladder rotation going to be timely from Scream? He's gotten up here. Does he hear the bomb coming through? He spots it late. Shot comes in, and now they know he's there. Molotov out, and Simple's able to cover that off as well.
Yeah, it's a really nice play from Simple. He gets towards inside, but that's the play from Edward especially. Him getting towards connector, undetected of course, just completely sabotages the round. G2 had no idea what was going on as well. Very nice play for him to even get in that position. Simple, of course, after that bait comes in, he's got free roam on that inside side. Knows the CTs will be panicking. This hits every single shot. Scream though, that opportunity coming in from the back, undetected. He fires his bullet, doesn't land the shot. Molotov lands at his feet, and Simple just rips his head off. And it's going to be another eco here for G2. The CT side today really has not got rolling. One round so far, after 2 halves. Pretty lackluster on Dust 2, but number 5 here. It's going to be 5 sevens and Deagles. RPK and Shocks with some body armor. Once again, now we don't need to work too hard for this round. Full default, you can see on the mini-map right now. Spread across the map, watching for any aggression, as Yanko was pointing out. Got Flamey main connector, sees what's an NAVi. 2 players towards Pop Dog. And there's going to be holding up and just bleeding out any CTs for any potential smokes and Molotovs they may have, or if they're going to go for an aggressive push and try and get that first pick.
Simple and Guardian. That's toward upper. Guardian, AWP, clears out whichever angles he can from that position, but Body down below will not be spotted. He's called over the rotation as well now from Scream. He's also got inside of that side Shock, so the pistol's getting heavy on this B presence, also below the ladder. Smiths, he'll be able to cover off rotations quickly and also in turn try and flank them out, so they can try and pincer them slightly with this pistol setup right now on the G2 side. Smith spotted, forced back. That's one task achieved by NAVi. They don't necessarily have to kill him just yet, but get the map control, push him back toward the site, and then they can pinch him in. And that's exactly what happens is Edward's going to find the kill. RPK on top of the bomb tree, but needs to get a little bit tighter inside of the site because he's exposed and dearly takes down some Seized, but shot comes back to favor NAVi in the end as Guardian will get Shocks, and just like that, it's a 5 versus 2. Scream, desperate at the end. I liked it. He tried to line it up inside the smoke, but then just gave it all up and spammed.
5 on 2. Bomb will be exploding this round. You can see Body and Scream just looking for some exits here, but I don't think they'll get much for it. Seized has gone down to 9 HP, but this is the 5-0 start for NAVi on the T side. Fantastic stuff from them, looking very comfortable indeed. Money will start to balance out for GT. Going to the next round, they get $3,400. They're all sat at about the 2.2 mark right now, so that means they can have the double off if they want to. We'll see if that comes in. They have been rolling that with Smiths and Shocks, but obviously didn't work out for them after these great clutch moments from NAVi. Even if the man disadvantage of finding rounds there. So next one's going to be important for GT. Really need to start making their mark here on the first half. NAVi looking to close things out though. Flamey gets the kill on towards Body. No weapons obtained by the CTs whatsoever. So here we go. Like I said, double orb setup, definitely a possibility, and it does come into fruition. It's going to be Body picking it up, but he throws it over to Shocks. And this time he has got some armor. He said, if you're a new viewer, you don't really need the head armor on the CT side, especially if you know you're going against AKs. It doesn't really make a difference if you have body armor or head armor. So one shot kill regardless. I guess the only danger is if they pull the pistol out.
Yeah, then it's, But at that point in time.
Yeah, it's coming down to that moment anyway.
You should have had him in too, yeah. Scream, you gotta throw the Molotov toward a main flash as well. Looks to get aggressive, get information early, and that's probably wise and well suited because they're heading toward the inner site, but it's Simple that just wide peeks and destroys Shocks.
That shot is definitely difficult for the CTs, but shouldn't be that easy for Simple to just come out to upper platform. There's no real tactic being played. He's just faced towards upper, got 2 kills now. And what can you really do here as a CT? You've got no kits, you've got limited utility. You desperately need a round, but looks like they will be saving here. Smith's just edging his way towards Ivy, hoping this is clear. He doesn't look too confident about it, as they are just going to be saving their weapons once again. That's Simple, opening it up by himself. And like I said, Shox, it definitely is a tricky angle there. If you miss that first shot, the orb, you're just done for. It's difficult to fall back, and Simple comes down, blasts his head off. Keeps going aggressive, gets a second kill as well. It's Body to drop, and Body's been having a difficult time in the CT half for sure. Inside, bomb site falls apart here. It's going to be 6-0, Matthew. What can you say about this one?
Well, the interesting thing is that since the first half of Dust, when it was 11...
can see his gun.
Yep, but not enough of a target to fire at, unfortunately. But since the Dust matchup, in the last, how many rounds would it have been? I gotta do math here, that's hard. 12 and then now 6, so in the last 18 rounds they've won 1, G2.
Yeah, it's been a rough day in the office for the counter-terrorists. Well then, they do force into this one. They did save 3 weapons, so there's enough to actually get the rifles out, of course. So 4-on-4s, all on Smiths, not the double upset at this time, but to be fair, hasn't really been working out for them. Maybe some crossfires with the rifles will be more beneficial. Once again though, Guardian getting that upper platform control. Once you get this though, your top players do have the chance to just lurk and be a nuisance towards that inside side. Screamy trying to make something happen this time. Gets flashing towards main entrance, but he's aware of it. He did hear that coming. So throws a Molotov just to delay that. And Shox this time won't have the orb, but if he faces again and dies in a similar fashion, it's going to be pretty hard to watch, but more defensive angle this time.
Yeah, that's just the angle that you play to cover off that. I mean, the wide peak, if you can't get the straight linear shot. Everyone knows the crosshair placement on it too. That's the thing. If you're playing on the ladder, you know where to line up your crosshair, go for the immediate strafe and tap. So this is the counter to it. Shox, Edward was looking in this direction, but he's actually playing it in a way that forces them to commit before the peak, jumps to get the information. Late for the Molotov, he's expecting the drop to come in. That means Body has to watch the lower position from far.
NAVi missed the smoke on the upper platform there, so they had to delay themselves a little bit, but they do recover. And are going to be pushing towards inside here. It's up to Shox now. He's got a nice little lineup here. Does get one and does a ton of damage to the second as well. That's Flamey to drop first. You can see how low Edward is, just dodging the bullets there. And the inside side, bomb not planted just yet. But it does make its way to the side. Guardian, though, so good in this position. Does take down Body. Shox, though, still doing work from the upper platform.
Just stays alive long enough this time. Doesn't get taken out on that defensive angle, and it brings him into the fold late. Another kill for him. As Simple goes down. Bomb planted. Guardian, 1 versus 4. No Molotov to play the high ground, but he does have his trusted AWP. Nearly hits both RPKs out of sight, but Scream's certainly there. He's got the lineup. Flash comes through, so he can't get toward the diffuser. That's the key. Literally saves the round on that flashbang, because Guardian was lining them up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. When he hit that second shot, I thought, okay, now we've got a real situation on our hands. 1 versus 4, going down to 2-on-1, and that flashbang definitely is a difference maker.
And imagine he hit the shot on RPK, the second peak, then there's no flashbang, then he's got it.
That's true. That was very close indeed, a bit too close for my liking. We'll see the money on G2 as they reinvest in this run now. They'll definitely be eco, still not out of the woods just yet. They might find their first round of the half, but they lose this one. It's going to be the full reset, and his Guardian facing towards main entrance. Does actually hit the shot on towards Smith, just gets him through the wall though. So they're going to take him down to 54, so not a full tag there, but still, it definitely hurts. And you can see the scoreboard right now. Smiths and Body actually yet to frag at this point after 7 rounds. And we said Smith was one of the big performers on this map, and it's been pretty quiet for him on the CT side, I have to say. As it looks like another inside approach coming in from NAVi here. All 5 players coming to this side of the map. This could be a smoke down towards the round, smoke up at, just used the power and numbers here as they send the orb in the form of Guardian towards the upper platform. But I think Shox learned his lesson. He's still playing that defensive angle. Get 1 kill, fall back. And have, okay. See ya.
Get wrecked. Bye-bye. Body. Try and play from the sidewalk. Interesting smoke out. Flamey's not going to push through that. He's watching for rotations, but Body elects not to try and catch them off by wrapping around and taking advantage of it. Instead, he'll go down to Edward. Traded surely by RPK, but still they are in a 4 versus 2, or rather a 2 versus 4 on the retake, if you want to look at it from their perspective. And RPK, he'll at least be gifted the kill on Guardian, who walks back to the flames, and the taps continue. He'll find Simple. Screams got seized. A 2 versus 4 turned into a 2 versus 1, and it's Flamey to bring it back down. Dead keel. As the bomb continues to tick, though, 51 seconds in Scream. No kit. Has to try and play this quite quickly. Walks out, remember, reset potential firmly in for G2. So Scream's going to save that, and I think go for the AWP. He's got time to do so.
It's a 4-on-2, right? And I feel like NAVi getting a bit cocky there in that situation. Didn't need to face. Everyone's standing in the open, trying to finish it off as quickly as possible. But you've got players like RPK and Scream there. RPK, the absolute hero of that round, they desperately need in terms of the economy. He finds 3 kills. And like I said, I don't think NAVi had to face at all. They could make sure he committed fully to the bomb site before they even faced that. They still had utility left over as well.
And to speak of economy the other way, sure, NAVi, they gave away this time, but you go back to the other round, it's another 1-on-1. It was a 4 versus 1, and Guardian got 3 before the reset. So the money's still tight on this G2 side, but thankfully 2 in a row that can start to chip into NAVi's situation.
It was a much-needed round, and that was a good time for them to step up as well. I feel like NAVi will be a bit disappointed with that one, but they will be focusing towards Ivy this time. 3 players going towards this part of the map. We have got someone in towards our server area as well, with Shox rotating over for the crossfire.
They need a bait and switch. Yeah, that never works. Shox does come there late, gets 1 kill only, and goes for the repeat. Can't do it. They needed something to pull the aggro away from RPK in that situation.
Yeah, he just Shox a little bit too late there. Does get 1 on return, but the reface does get taken down. Another 4-on-2. G2 did this before. This time it's up to Body and Smiths, the 2 weakest performers. Both these players yet to frag in this situation. Finally, it comes in. There it is. The AWP shot from Smiths finds his first kill of the half in round number 9. 3-on-2, though. Still a lot of work to do here. It looks like NAVi will be edging their way back towards the inner site. And the problem is, G2 have no players there whatsoever. They know the AWP's outside as well. That's NAVi, so they can actually probably get in here undetected. Smith's coming in behind, but he's going to be coming behind with the AWP. So at this point, he's got to use his close range USP and hope for the best. He doesn't run into anyone, but that helps. Edward low HP right in front of him. Now he probably could upgrade to an AK-47 if he wanted to, but sticking with the AWP for now.
Sticking with the AWP. Okay, good. Switch makeover. So if he's going to stick with the AWP and not even elect to use it and keep his pistol, there's no point. And he goes in and Guardian finds him regardless. Flamey will take down Body, and it does go another round to NAVi. 7-2 now in their favor. And as I mentioned, the money, the double 1-on-1 situation still wasn't great. So G2, they get reset now regardless.
Indeed. $1,400 come in. The rounds have been very tight. Lots of clutch situations, 1-on-2s and 3-on-2s, for example, and keeping 1 or 2 players alive is just not going to be enough. And Body still yet to frag, as our lovely observer just pointed out, and it's going to be a full eco here for G2 pretty much. You can see Scream, for some reason, has gone for head armor instead of just a body armor, but still, each to their own. It's only a $350 difference, but aggressive play from Smiths as he pushes in towards the entrance. Could find a kill here, but Flamey, he's ready for him. Takes him down. And it's going to be the 5-on-4, and like we said, NAVi's so good at holding off these aggressive pushes at the start of the round. You've got to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch them out in those situations. This time, NAVi do prevail. Options now very limited, I have to say, for G2. No nades, no kits, just some pistols and armor. And Scream still looking for more, though. Full flashbang comes in, though. It's going to be Flames picking up 1, looking for the second as well. Can't find it as RPK takes him down. And he has managed to get an AK as well here, so he could be a little bit dangerous. Fortunately, not this time.
Edward sneaking into the site once more. We saw him lurk this position last time. Problem is this time he can't land the shot fast enough, and therefore 2 players peek against him. It's an AK-47 down to potentially grab, but as I say that, look at NAVi's positioning. Don't you dare touch the AK-47.
Is that what they're thinking?
In that exact voice.
Yeah. Well, it's another eco for G2 here. Only $99 this round, so that's why they're going for a little of a partial buy last time. And we'll have a look at what they could do here. It's going to be, same again? Pistols? Not even an investment here, just 1 P250, 4 USPs. An almost guaranteed round for NAVi and some... Okay, there's a few more. So 2 P250s and a 5.7. So still doesn't really boost their chances that much. Body has now got Deagle as well. Round number 11, and still pretty shocking for G2 so far on the CT sides. And Guardian, he seems like he's in really good form right now. Just hitting absolutely everything. This is getting to Gold Guardian again. He had a very quiet couple of months. Not even quiet, not even bad. It's just like he wasn't on that godlike level we're used to sometimes from him. We've been spoiled with.
Body pushing.
He spotted him, surely.
Yeah, I think he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh, well, he will. Doesn't matter if he did or didn't. He certainly does.
Yep.
As he's got an AK-47 picked up now. But round 11. He's still not amazing. What's he going to do with the AK-47? Smith's getting the kill on Edward. Might encourage them, though. Try and make more of this. Bomb's still not planted. Minute 5 to work with. It's going toward Ivy right now. But while it goes toward Ivy, C's just going to try and push in from A main. Watch Scream, who sits at Hell. And another gift. Another backhead to shoot at. Guardian goes low on HP, but the timing of the pickup of the AK from Scream makes this all too awkward because now he's got 2 players to fight against. If he had almost kept the pistol, you never would in that situation. It would have worked for him, but now he's isolated it and dropped the bomb in doing so. However, it's Seized versus Body.
1 versus 1, and Body has got the AK-47. An opportunity to take him down in the back there. Seized runs into his crosshair, and around there seemed like there was no chance whatsoever for GT to pick it up. Somehow it works out for them. I have to say that NAVi, a lot of situations there's no refrag potential at all. Like I said, in that round they dropped originally the 4-on-2. getting a little bit cocky in these situations. Instead of grouping up together and just making sure every sort of risk was eradicated, they're actually just walking to certain choke points without really checking all the angles and then taking down with the PT50s. And they didn't really have to do that. There's lots of time available because it's grouped up, but didn't really see it in that fashion. It's going to be G2 recovering now in terms of the economic game. We're getting the double orb set up again. They have got utility and kids this time, so looking a bit stronger here. Money is okay, but once again, if they were to lose this one, it's another reset, potentially another double eco. So still a lot of work to do here. NAVi have won the half. It's currently 8-3 as we enter round number 12.
Scream's trying to wait with gun barrel in the wall, flash through.
It's just to point out as well, we haven't seen many of those set pieces ready from NAVi. There's been a lot of defaults and just getting the pick and capitalizing and sticking together. Great play from Scream there. Just negating from main entrance and spotting Pop Dog. It's now a shot on towards Edward's head. Scream's aim seems to be in as good a form as ever. Like we said, he would be benefiting from the recent update, where taps are more viable now, as opposed to spraying. So very interesting to see what kind of career he has now since there's been buffed, I guess.
Takes the windows out of the control room as well, which may, if they spot that, if they're observant enough to even consider the peripheral, surely they are, NAVi.
I guess it's just one of those things where they don't hear where you're shooting from straight away, and it means your headshot doesn't get
exactly. That's
damage taken away from it.
But the counterpoint I was going to make is it's almost one of those things you could theoretically do every round, because if they see the windows are, they might consider that he's there. Although Flamey doesn't have his crosshair in that position just yet. But you're dead right. That's why he does it. He doesn't want the first bullet to be deterred. We already know the first bullet on the M4 isn't a headshot kill anyway. So 3 instead of 2 is not really required now, and certainly not desirable in that situation.
Well, it's a 5-on-2 for now. Flamey and C's last player remaining 10 seconds as well. So they'll just be trying to stay alive at this point. And money for them should be depleting by now. It's actually it's reasonable. If these two players stay alive, definitely got room to drop it. They have another buy in the tank for sure, but both players do survive this. It looks like they'll walk out some money.
10K almost at the start of the round, so even with the buy
so these guys can drop a couple of weapons over. And yeah, it should be a nice, healthy buy going forward. But that was perfect. 8-4 though, G2 do manage to string a couple of rounds together here, finally. Still running the double orb setup. It's going to be Smiths and Shocks with those weapons.
Well, Guardian on his AWP will go against 2 of that on G2. It's going to be Smiths and Shocks. Scream A1, body AK-47 pulled over. Double silenced M4 if you include RPKs. Might as well not exclude him in this public service announcement as Guardian gets across the Ivy position. RPK still holding the angle for when they walk in. No one in support position just yet. Scream's the closest, but he's way down now. Just getting back to hell. He's way down toward A main, so easy kill to pick up. No trade required. Smokes off on both sides, and instantly they wrap around with Flamey going towards CT. Shocks, he didn't spot him yet because he scoped in, and he'd already made it over to the wall, so missed opportunity. But Smiths, a great fast peek, instantly takes down Flamey, and they bring this back. And not only that, C's has been tagged down to 6, so they've slowed it. And as they go back toward their own smokes, there's still one on the right. That allows Guardian the straight shot and lineup, but it's 2 players wrapping around, and Shocks gets the trade. It
is tag team combo, 2 orbs together, nice and close trade as well. Seems to be working out, but so all of that's going on. The plant towards the side has come in. Body hasn't had a great day in the office so far. It does get taken down by Simple once again. Now it is the 3-on-2, but NAVi have thrown all these situations away. We'll see whether they can actually hold on to this. As Scream does rotate out of connector. Shocks coming in with the 5-7 as well. He's got the AWP on his back. Should be able to get Simple here. He has no idea it's coming in. There it is. 1 bullet. That's all it'll take. And now it's an interesting situation. There is a Molotov available, though, for the terrorist, but a smoke has gone on the bomb. That's a 40.
Already on it. NAVi. Oh, Edward. He needs to find it. He can see his backpack. Does he get it in time? Yes, he does. That was closer than it potentially could have been. Good realization that, wait a minute.
Yeah, adjusted it. You got a lot of pressure there. You got 5 seconds to work with. First 3 seconds didn't work out from this tapping on the back, just about like he said. And it's going to be 9-4 here. The money for G2 not in a great place. You can see UMP are famous. AWP is still in the hands of Shocks, but this is one of the rounds that will get NAVi to double figures and potentially set up round number 15 for GT to be an absolute disaster. RPK aggressive once again towards Ivy. Has been a bit of a problem with the synergy of his teammates when he's doing this, not facing at the same time with him. It's going to be Molotov off for now, so this is going to be trying to use those flames as cover. Difficult to spot him there, and unfortunately this time has not worked out at all.
No.
Okay.
They both go down on a lineup. Guardian's able to shoot over his teammate. Flamey's going to get Scream.
Simple towards inside. He was trying to sneak in there, but Body's ready for him. And he takes him down. So they at least know where Body is right now. They just need to work out where is Shock lying. He's going to be able to backtrack. Track number 5. We'll see whether this works out for G2. It's a big round for them, like I said before. Need to see if they can do anything with this 4-on-2 situation. And Shock's probably giving his position away at this point. There's decent flash though. Nails the shot, takes down Guardian. Great awareness from him, and lucky for a second, that could have been the one that actually gave him an opportunity to win this round. Now will be a 3 versus 1, and it's going to be Shoxy. A bit all to play for. He has got the kit, but this is one of the hardest bomb sites in the entire game to retake, especially when you have the numbers against you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard thing, and he's doing it with an AWP as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That's even harder. Keep moving that backside on the ladder. Stay there. Whoa! Nearly gets a lineup as they jump down in front of them. Hello. Flamey says goodbye.
He definitely does. And like I said, that was a big round for G2, just in terms of the cash going to round number 15. It's double figures for NAVi on the T side of train. This is pretty horrible scenes for G2. Great for NAVi, considering their comeback in Dust 2, the first debut game ever with Simple. And some good results so far. Simple, he seems to be playing the heavy lurk role right now. He's only got 7 kills, but he's like the distraction toward the inside bomb site. He's going in, trying to find a kill or 2. If he can't, he keeps CT towards that inside area. He's doing his role effectively. They're winning rounds. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter how many kills you get. As long as your team winning rounds, that's absolutely fine. First kill comes in. It's going to be Edward take on RPK. Smith does chime in, but Edward just lighting them up right now. 3-on-2. Scream's gone down to 5 HP. And yeah, difficulties there for Shocks. He does come out of the woodwork.
Same scoreline we had in the first game, 11-4. NAVi this time with the 11 and G2 with the 4. However, if we follow trends, maybe they can have their turn for a comeback.
Maybe.
You're skeptical.
They're going on to the terrorist half now, so good on Dust 2, so maybe they just get the pistol, get the momentum going.
Possible, however, I mean, it's a tall order. They've been quiet, I think, in a lot of aspects. We'll take a break, see if they can wake up. See what I did? Same thing I said to NAVi. (11-4). G2 not necessarily on form since the first half. They've really only played one half of Counter-Strike of 3 that we've seen so far. They've got to pick it up, or NAVi will go 2-0 in the start of the year.
Indeed. What a great start that would be with their new addition. That would be fantastic. And it looks like they're in a great position to actually make that a realization as well. It's going to be NAVi now on the favoured side, you have to say, going on to the CTs. But still, there is potential for G2. Top teams never really seems to be a clean-cut affair when you get these kind of score lines. We'll see what happens here. And it's going to be swapping over. I'll be interested to see what with the AWP role lies, whether it'll still be the C's Guardian combo. I haven't seen Simple pick it up yet.
I have a feeling that's probably going to stay that way, at least for a little while.
For a while.
Again, they're still trying to implement him into this roster. I mentioned the respect thing. He's totally willing to play their game. And I think they also want to, probably, if I were them, I would want to vet him early on. I would want to test him. Let's see how long, let you play the support for a bit. Let's see if you can play your role. Oh, okay, you're playing a role. All right, now you can pick up the gun. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
These things take time, definitely. They've had a couple of days now since they got back, and they wanted to make sure they're playing playing the old strat book and keep things how they were, and then kind of fiddle with the recipe once they get a bit more comfortable, I guess. Once they establish what's working, what's not working so well, and then we'll see whether what's going to be the first tournament for them coming up. I'm sure they've been booked for a few things, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's when seeing these guys on LAN, I think that's when they're coming to their own. Simple, definitely a big LAN player. That's what he's just step in quite nicely, I think.
Yeah, I mean, can't take away from the highlights he provided us with on his time at Liquid over the last 2 majors. And in that case, he was obviously given the freedom to do so. And a lot of that has to do with exactly that. If NAVi doesn't give him that freedom, we may not see the same form, but we know he possesses the individual skill.
Well, then we are getting to the second half, ladies and gentlemen. NAVi versus G2 on their second map of this evening. It is 11-4. A huge advantage for NAVi. If they were to pick up the pistol, it's almost hard to think that G2 can come back from it. Let's see what they can do here. It's going to be a fast inside rush, though. I say this is normally favored by the terrorist team. It goes straight in a headshot as well towards C. So Smith's going in aggressively, but Flamey does pick up the first kill.
Does indeed. Either way, RPK gets Flamey back. Smith, he's already wrapped in the bomb site, but he walks into a trap. 3 players from NAVi staring him down, and immediately they get the kill. Shox with this flash ready to go through the smoke, and it's going to be the Glock he goes with. However, he's already bypassed one NAVi player. He'll relay the information based on sound. The audible noise, although he doesn't do it fast enough. Guardian, what were you listening to?
What was going on there? That was crazy. But still a 3-on-1 in favor of NAVi. Just up the scream now. Has got full HP and armor, but he's got an absolute mountain to climb. And the full defuse has come in already, and Cease has got the kit, so not really much he can do about this. Unfortunately, gets the kill on towards Guardian, and now just trying to finish things off with style. Does get 2 kills eventually, but still, NAVi do win the much-needed pistol here. So G2, we saw them force buy on the second round before. No, it was actually NAVi. My mistake. That's when they lost the pistol.
Yeah,
but still, that is an option here for G2. They could go for upgraded pistol. It's actually Scream, who obviously got most of the kills there. He goes for a deagle and body armor. Still at about 2k, so that's fine. And I'm sure he planted the bomb as well, which is an extra $300. So it's up to him to try and make something happen. They're bringing out the AKs on the third. Which I'd say is the safer option if you want to try and get rounds on the board, but it should be a clean cut affair. Scream has gone down to 28 HP. He's really invested into this round. Flamey is firing off some shots towards main entrance, and Edward does spot a player coming out as well. Good grenade damage from Simple as he takes down Scream, but there's the first kill for G2. Something to work with now.
Another kill for Flamey, though, is going to take that back. Work. Not necessarily what they're going to achieve as Flamey takes down body immediately after a tag and a kill onto his teammate Edward, but it's 13 rounds now for NAVi. As 11-4, they're able to pick up 2 pistols in this game and potentially convert this quickly. We could have a series done. 1 of 3 series tonight. We got a Danish derby coming up next.
We do. That's going to be a good one. X versus Astralis. That's going to be a hell of a game for sure. And then we've got FaZe versus Envious. That's right. Good memory.
Thank you.
To finish it off. Yeah, some good games tonight.
That's because I've tried this new drink that helps my memory called water.
Not Mountain Dew?
Nah, well, Mountain Dew sometimes, but it's change up from the typical tequila. A Simple takes down body, double kill for him, and the Smith, but Scream comes back with 2 of his own and Shox. He'll complement that with a double of him himself. How do I say this, Henry? I'm getting all tied up in my words because the flurry of frags are coming in too quickly for me to keep up with, although it's RPK to close it. And we'll go 5 rounds now for G2.
Well, those 2 kills proved to be very valuable for G2 in the previous round. They actually took a couple of rifles out of the hands of NAVi. They come back into this first gun run with MP9s and UMPs and then 3 M4s as well. But it's going to be G2, a nice fast outside strategy. A couple of smokes as they're running and as fast bossing their way out to the outside bomb zone. Shox and Screams lighting them up. Going to round number 4 here. CTs will be on an eco, but it still is 13-5s. Don't need to force these situations. Just bide their time. There's no need to throw away economy for absolutely no reason. So just some PT50s. A couple of HE grenades as well. They could be quite deadly if they know the bomb goes towards the inside, for example, and get a nice little airstrike going on there. Could deny the plant. Who knows? As it is round number 4, being CG2 much more passive this time. It's going to be holding up towards T-spawn, working towards the upper platforms inside as well, but it's going to be Shox. He is going to show himself as he flashes in towards inside. It's a decent flash as Guardian takes it to the face. Luckily for him, Shox does not commit.
Indeed. As it was the right lineup for it. Guardian, knowing that the flash bang was thrown from a close left click, he's going to go chasing. Or the right click. I get my back and right. Which one's the L make? That's Guardian. He's timed this. He did exactly that. He knew that the flash came through and they were gone. He had to be hot on the heels. He gets the kill. And he's going to switch over to the AK, but he can't convert it. His Scream picks up, he's both seized, and snaps back to take the attention away from Guardian and the life as well. And it's now another round for G2. So 2 in a row. All right, we're not done just yet. 13 rounds. It's definitely a pressure point. They're close to the finish line, but G2 are starting to get the momentum rolling.
Well, here comes Guardian, though. He has got the AWP in hand, but you can see it is a weakened Navi. The bomb was to go down. They still don't have a kit, and Seed with no armor and an M4. There's definitely an opportunity here for G2 to capitalize, but they haven't got the AWP themselves. It'll be 5 AKs. So I'd assume more of a set-piece orientation coming into this one. The picks aren't as accessible for them. Considering they don't have the AWP, it's going to be a fast play. Is this... Okay, well, it's going to lower ramp there. He's actually just pushing through the CT smoke initially to get some idea as to what's going on. No aggressive pushes from the CTs as of yet. It's actually going to be 2 rifles towards in, and that's flaming and seized. And all 5 players for G2 now on the upper platform area. This will be, like I said, this is more... When you have 5 AKs, you're relying on the smokes to actually give you some risk factor going in your favor to take out the AWP in certain situations. Lots of Molotov dropped as well.
Double Molotov set. Flamey doesn't really have much movement mechanic to work with in terms of ground. Does get the shot into body still as he walks down the sidewalk, but Scream gets the trade onto him. Seized, has to hit that shot against Shocks, puts him low, sure, under 12 HP, but still has to be found, and he gets back around the corner before Edward can get in position to do so, as he continues to try and fully commit forward in the bomb site. Good pick from Guardian. That'll give his teammate Edward, we just mentioned, more room to work with, as both of the remaining G2 players are up waiting for the post-plant peaks, but no kid. It's a 10-second defuse. Guardian gets Shocks, though, and the win from Simple. That's it. Takes down Smith, he'll be able to hold the defuse all the way through, does Edward.
Yeah, G2... difficult situation for them. It's a 3-on-2. They don't really have anyone facing at all. They're playing defensively, and that full defuse comes and it forces them to face. And NAVi just waiting for them, mow them down as they come from lower ramp and upper. But 14-6 now. Money still is available for G2, but double AWP setup coming in. So this is when they can actually do the default, work the picks, and see whether they can actually find that first kill. Jumping around the weapons in spawn right now. It's going to be body and Shocks. Oh, surely Smith's going to get it. There it is. Yep. He gets the AWP, and you can see it's an AK. Scream with the Galil body just on that Tech 9. He has not had a fantastic series today. He's coming out 5 for 17.
Good news is he hasn't been picked 3 doors on this map yet.
Not yet, no. I'm sure he's coming.
That's where he's working on it. Shocks certainly is. RPK falls as well. Guardian double kill. He's played excellent tonight, I have to say.
Yeah, really.
Guardian has looked top form this evening.
Absolutely, I agree. 5 on 3 as quick as that, and it looks like, oh God, be careful, Scream. Flamey going into the hunt as well, so he can probably give a nice call off to Guardian if he goes on the corner and doesn't find anyone. Smith towards main entrance, and body is still above Pop Dog, and he's only got that Tech 9 in hand. This is a horrible situation, but Smiths finds something. That
actually works out well because they were spending so much time trying to flash through Ivy. Smiths was able to walk into A main undetected, having Flamey go out that direction, so he catches them trying to shuffle. They got the information. We saw Flamey go out. We saw him see no one, so he calls back to rotate and watch the front of the site. Instead, Smith's already there. Timing is everything. Molotov goes down, though. That'll keep him limited to this A main confines, and Bomb, to his left, is still in T-spawn. So even though they get this equalizing kill, 44 seconds, they don't have the ability to rush onto the B site. They have forced a bit of a rotation, though, that's for sure. And Smith's good shot. Simple goes down. They've pulled this back.
It was a 5 on 3, and all of a sudden, it's Smiths and Scream with his double AWP. Setup has actually found the man advantage. All of a sudden, it's turned in favor of G2. 25 seconds remaining. This will be their final play. Edwards on the bomb site, waiting for them. If he can get 1 kill and just slow down the bomb, that could actually bring the advantage back in his favor, as he does face a difficult situation. Scream lands yet another shot here. So since those first 2 Guardian kills, nothing's come out of it. So G2 dodge a bullet here. That could be match point for NAVi, and I think this will be another eco as well. So very decent work from them. Good recovery. A horrible situation to be in after you lose those first 2 kills to actually get back into it in a 5 on 3. I'm gonna sneeze, Matt. Hold on.
Sneeze. Goes inside. Bless you. Look into the light.
No, I've lost it. That's
disappointing.
The worst feeling in the world, right?
Yeah, it's disappointing. Wow. That 1/8 of the orgasm you didn't get to have.
Oh, I'll get it.
Guardian. USB in hand. Scream. He's going to walk up and just take him down on top of the site. So the money limited for NAVi, and try and play a passive angle with these pistols, stack up onto the B site. It doesn't work out. They've already walked in and
stabbing him, right-click stabbing him back.
Simple is the problem. Welcome to the team, bud. As I try and jump up over. Do it again. Look at he's following him. He's like, I want to do it.
That's so much damage. Oh my God. Well then.
What would be great is Edward just goes ahead of Simple. Simple's just like, ha, here you go. Have it back.
Have it back.
Either way, bomb down. It's going to be G2 picking up their 8th round. So it'll be 14-8. NAVi, again, they don't have to really force this issue too much. They can afford, again, this eco. They got some room to breathe. So they're playing the long game in this.
The long game indeed. And they're going to be saving the body armor and head armor, of course. Simple, I guess that's worth to say. They'll be buying next round. So that saves $1,000 for him at least. And he's got a Desert Eagle as well. So then, G2 now stringing some rounds together. 14-8 is the current scoreline here. as we see what unfolds in round number 8. You just feel like will NAVi get to that match point, though? A lot of pressure is relieved at that point, and actually, what we thought is the money's not as strong as I thought it was, so it's going to be another partial buy going into this one. So 3K left over. There will be a third stage loss bonus after this one, so that's when the buy will come back in. Like I said, when you have these kind of advantages, there's no real reason to keep forcing into it. You'll just find yourself in that kind of economic rut. They've got those 4 HEs once again. It's that one. Just gonna hope they're gonna use them together.
Yeah, the nade, the airstrike, nade stack. It's lovely when you see those work, by the way. It's like so satisfying as well when you're on the team that throws them and you just see the obituary get littered with bodies. It's pretty cool. He's into hell. He'll cover off the corner, play a crossfire angle right now with Simple, who has a deagle and armor trying to play from long range. He's not the only one who's gone for armor and a pistol. Flamey's got a 5.7. And Edwards got a CZ 75. Crossfire now with Guardian instead as they rotated that deagle away, but they only get 1 kill, and it's not even from that crossfire. They both go down in G2. They just walked into the side. It's Simple, the last alive, and RPK finds him quite quickly.
49 closing the gap slowly but surely. And we'll see what round number 9 brings. It's going to be that double up setup once again for G2. Got them back into the round before, and then are a 5-on-3 disadvantage. But similar scenes for NAVi as well. We'll be guarding the Cs. We kind of speculated before. We were interested to see what we're going to see from the CT side. But guarding the Cs, I'll have a look at the setups as well. I like this. This is my favorite setup, man. You know I talk about this a lot. Cs by himself with the orb towards inside, orb towards upper. Means you're really good for 1 kill and falling back. It's quite a safe position, but at the same time, if you do get set up, this is actually a good counter from NAVi. There is a gap. And Shocks, maybe about to walk into it. Oh,
what's your graphic setting? Because that gap, okay, it's good enough for C's. That's a pretty tight one, but he does nail it, gets away as well, falls inside the site. No one's gone down the ramp quickly, so he doesn't get caught on the retreat, and he'll walk away.
Thing is now, G2 have no map awareness as to what's going on. They've got 4 players now fully committed to inside. They have to act fast. They don't know what's coming behind them. So C's, if you can get 1 more kill, it's perfect. It's that same execution we saw, the double Molotovs. And he's not going to be facing this just yet. And that's to his downfall because RPK actually takes his head off in his apprehension there. So still a 4-on-4 bomb planted. And the retake is on for NAVi.
Flamey flashed up as soon as he wants to speak down the tanker. Smokes out on that alleyway as well. RPK. He's getting closer, but he still has to go through smoke. He just wants to hold this. He's got the lineup on Flamey. He's going to go through late. He's going to push him with no flashes, but he catches them in the reload. 1 down already. It's Guardian low on HP. He's found that. Swings it over, but Simple. He'll respond with 1. It's 1 versus 2. AWP in the hands of Smith. RPK with 3 kills. That's more than enough to allow this round to end, because even though he gets that single kill, does Simple, the bomb, ticking too quickly.
Yeah, RPK with the godlike play there. Waiting for that smoke, and he's hearing the CT spray that bullets through. As soon as he knows they're reloading in, he pushes through, finds that first kill, and then he's guarding the platform. Only got the orb as well, trying to desperately work out where he was. And he takes down both kills, and that's the round secured, and G2 hit double figures. We said, even though these big scorelines come in with these top teams, you never really know what's going to unfold. It's definitely a hard game to close out. And it's going to be the orb saved into round number 10 here. Simple does have the weapon, and we'll see what he can do with the orb. You've been waiting for it, Matt. I know.
I have. You're dead right. It's the first time he picks it up. He picks it up when there's pistols in hand as well. You have to wonder. Simple making simple calls. And Simple falls off the train. No lineup toward A main, and the bomb goes toward B, where we will see Flamey. And C's waiting inside of the site. Flamey smoked off at the lower sidewalk. He's going to have to watch upper now and let them walk in. C's behind the spools. Usually good for a one-and-done position, but it is the pistol. What a shot from Flamey as he takes them down. They're going to fall into the clutches of C's. And NAVi, they pulled this back. Simple's rotated over. AWP picks up 2 kills. We waited for it, Henry. You said you were waiting for it. And it's going to be 2 kills onto him. It's on to body, and it could be map point for NAVi. They've certainly made a contest out of G2. You have to give them credit once they got the momentum. Not winning the pistol, though, it was a little bit too late, you could argue, as it's going to be 15 rounds now for NAVi.
Yep, 5 in a row required for G2 just to force overtime here. It's up to body. Like I said before, he's had a really rough time in this series so far, but he does find that first kill. Time ticking away. 45 seconds. He has got a shot towards it. What is this? Flamey, what are you playing at? They've got the bomb inside. He's running up lower ramp, and they know he's there. Okay, well, if he wins this now, I think that's going to be the reason. But here we go. Smoke goes down. Flashbang comes in as well. It's actually looking pretty decent for body here. Gets the 3rd out of 4 as well. Could this be the player we've been waiting for? It's been quiet from him all night, but if he gets this, it's going to be so tremendous for his team. One player to find, and he gets it as well. Body stepping up just when it's needed and avoids a match point for NAVi, and you feel like that's just NAVi throwing that round away.
Well, we often say that should be the round, or it's going to be 15-11, as I said in that case. That just highlights how unlikely that play was. That's incredible that he pulls it back. And G2, they get thrown a lifeline. NAVi's got money to buy back into this, but the money, it's very low. And if G2 pick up this, they go 12 and then potentially 13 against what would be an eco.
That's a little bit shocking, I have to say. That's the round that gets you to match point, and you're just running up lower round, but you're 9th out and is hoping to close things out. You had the bomb there. It's not like you needed information. But that, like I said, if they lose that round, it's down to Flamey. And I think he'll be feeling a little bit silly after that one.
Well, speaking of him, he's going to go silly with an auto sniper, a complementary to these two AWPs. It's Seized and Guardian, and Flamey with the scoped weaponry. So again, Simple sticking to the M4. He's going to try and get up on top of the blue train, have a better line of sight in toward A main. They've got the man advantage already. Shock's down quite early on in this, and he'll check every possibility, Simple, because he doesn't need to get caught off. He does not need to allow them to equalize this on 4s. Silent as ever, and you can see, okay, we just saw it. That's the first time I've noticed it. The X-ray changing for the audible noise. It doesn't seem to be 100% like when the noise is on or off. It seems to kind of linger for a moment. I'm not sure if they still need to tweak it a bit, but mentioned in the patch notes, we had to bring it up. Good shot through. Flamey with the auto sniper does find one. Damage as well. Gets the second. It's screamed down. Body walks back in. The hero of last round needs to try and go large again. And Guardian, he gets Smith's back. It's on to him in the same situation.
But this time they've got 3 sniper rifles, to be fair. I'm sure they won't make the same mistake again, but apparently it's happening.
Does he spot him? He does. Oh my goodness, he's got down 2 already. He spots the third at long, but it's going to be Flamey.
Can you
the man
imagine?
who went down last time, the auto sniper, just enough to give them 15 rounds.
Oh, it was close. They gave him 2 kills once again. They could see the bomb, everyone having a face, but they managed to avoid danger this time. 15-11. Now 4 in a row required from G2. The pressure firmly applied to them. We'll keep the auto sniper up. 4 round over 12, and no Orbs actually surviving, so that's actually pretty good. The body even got those 2 kills. He has damaged the economic situation of NAVi, that's for sure. Now they play 2 players towards inside. One of those going to be Flamey, very close to that auto sniper as well. I'm sure that grenade made it in. Just about missed, but it's going to be G2 just crossing over as well, and RPK could cause some trouble here as he's edging down towards lower ramp.
Edward going to watch this with Seized. Flamey here with the auto sniper as well. Smith's, he's grouped with the rest of his team. They are in the B tunnels. They'll look for the default through the lovely new addition of this window. It is lovely, isn't it, Henry?
It's very lovely, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, it does add a dynamic. As you can see how many smokes and flashes are able to be deployed inside of the B site at Train. I'd love to see something additional like that on Dust 2 with the skybox at B so you could get more into the site before you go. But Smiths, according to the obituary in the top corner, has just killed Edward and saved his teammate in doing so, according to Ebot. But that's not going to matter when the auto sniper's still in play. Flamey picks up 2. Smiths finally silencing him. Nearly hits the second shot, but it's a 2 versus 2 now. As Smith does get Simple climbing on the ladder. His movement mechanics quite swift, but not swift enough to silence NAVi as they'll pick up round number 16. And once more, it is 16-11, almost 16-12. I was going to say once more, but 1 round the difference this time.
Yeah.
Either way, 2-0 for NAVi.
At 11.